What's up everybody, it's Diana and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do something different and share with you my gear and my studio setup. It's actually a little wall in my home, in my bedroom, and it works. You can make it work and you can get your videos out there, which is the most important thing, right? To get your videos out there and to get your ideas out there and to get your knowledge and share that with everybody out there in YouTube land. So I'm hoping that this video will help you so that you're not super overwhelmed when you're first trying to start out your channel or trying to improve things like audio or your video or lighting. I have a background in photography. I was a photographer in Chicago. I would do headshots and model comps and all sorts of things. And I have a really nice Nikon camera from that, but it doesn't have video. When I started my YouTube journey a couple of weeks ago, I started out with a Canon T8i, and I quickly noticed, especially for the beauty videos that I do and the skincare videos that I do, that I was gonna have a really tough time using it because it had no autofocus, and that made it really difficult when I was trying to explain a product and I couldn't show it because it was all blurry. Also, I wasn't sure when I was filming if I was actually in focus. And that made it really tough on me and it stressed me out because there's nothing worse than spending time recording something and then putting it into edit and seeing that it's all blurry. So I ended up researching, and I really like Canon and I really liked the T8i. I was very familiar with it and I came across the Canon T8i. I was also researching some point and shoot cameras like the Sony ZV-1, but I didn't feel that the quality was good enough for what I was trying to do. I'm doing mostly talking head videos and I really like the option of choosing what my lens is. And the Sony ZV-1 and all point and shoot cameras do not allow me to do that. So far, I am really loving the Canon T8i. The autofocus is amazing on it. I'll just show you, which has something to do with the lens too on how fast or slow it is. But it's tracking, it's got a face and eye tracker. And I really love that, you know, it just focuses on my hand, and then when I take my hand away, I'm back in focus. So it's absolutely wonderful, and it wasn't inexpensive, but it also wasn't super expensive either. And it definitely helped give me peace of mind that I was always going to be in focus. Let's talk about lenses. I had a Sigma 17 to 50 millimeter lens, and that basically describes that it's a zoom lens. It can zoom out to 17 millimeters or zoom in to 50 millimeters, and you don't have to move the camera. It can stay right in front of you and you just use a little adjuster on the lens to zoom in and out. And I believe the aperture on that, which is the opening that lets light through, I believe it was started at 2.8 to 5.6. So the smaller the number is, like 2.8, 1.8, 1.4, the better blurriness you will get in the background while you stay in focus. So I thought it was a good lens, and it was, but I did not realize that it didn't have a silent motor. So when I was videotaping and I was moving in and out and the focus was adjusting, you would hear really, really, really loud clicks. I was not expecting that. I didn't even think about that. I put my Rode mic on top of the horseshoe on the camera thinking that that might help, and it really did not help at all because the lens was pretty much in line with the mic and you could hear everything. So I did my research and found that Canon makes lenses that have an STM abbreviation on them, and that means stepper motor technology, which basically means that the lens is quiet. So after doing more research about what type of focal length I would need, I ended up getting the EFS 24 millimeter lens, because with the 24 millimeter lens I can have the camera pretty close to me but not be completely distorted, and that's important to me just to make sure that I'm always in focus, to make sure that I can press record and do all that good stuff while I'm doing tutorials for you guys. And this is the lens that I have on right now. So as you can tell, the autofocus is amazing, and I bet you really can't hear it, especially if I have some music on under all this talking. I bet you can't hear a thing. So I feel like it was a great purchase. I didn't think I would need anything wider at this point because I'm not vlogging, and usually vloggers need the wider focal lengths. Next, moving on to the microphone. It is a Rode mic and it fits into the horseshoe of my camera. And I also tried using one of those lavaliers and I absolutely hated it because I like the freedom of being able to move, like if I need to get up while I'm filming for any reason. I also like the fact with the Rode mic on the horseshoe that you cannot hear any sort of scrunching of my shirt, or if I accidentally hit it with my hands, or if my hair goes near it or something like that. That just drives me crazy, and I don't think it's good audio if you have any of that friction noise in your videos. And before I go any further, I want to mention that my video is not sponsored, and if you're interested in any of the items that I'm talking about, I will list all of the products in the description box below. Next, let's talk about something important, especially if you are doing beauty videos or skincare videos. You need a mirror in front of you that's stationary, because I personally feel it's really uncomfortable to do makeup while you're holding a mirror in your other hand. Sometimes I need, especially with like eyeshadow or something, I need to lift up the eye area, and I need two hands to do that so that I could put the makeup on. Well, I went onto Amazon and I found a 12-inch vanity mirror. It has 12 LEDs around the sides with 3 color tones. There's a cool tone, a semi-warm tone, and a warm tone. The vanity mirror is made by Waneway and it's lighted with 12 3-watt dimmable LED bulbs, and it is touch control, so you can go as light or as dim as you want. And it has 3 hues. There's a cool tone, a warm tone, and then an in-between tone that's kind of semi-warm. And that's the one I'm using right now. Now to share with you what I did for the background. I think that mandala tapestries are super awesome. They're super easy to switch out if you wanted to and change the whole look of your background without it costing a lot of money. I personally don't like the paper backgrounds. They're just too burdensome with the light stands that you have to use with them, and they're kind of clunky when you have to assemble or disassemble, and it just wouldn't work in my house space. I need things that can like move in and out easy, or just look like nice furniture when they're not being used to film with. And the way that I like to hang up my mandala tapestries is with huge wooden clothespins. I think they look super cool. It's like a nice DIY decor item, and it's really easy to do, and I use them with command strips. Next, I ordered a white table. It's like a console sofa table slash bookshelf. It was affordable, and I really just wanted something that was a little bit higher so that I can place a few items on it and just complete the look and background. You can barely ever see this in my videos, but I wanted to liven it up a little bit with an artificial plant, not a live plant. So I ended up getting this cactus display, and this is its moment right now because it never gets to be seen. Another thing that I really love to place in backgrounds is fairy lights, because I feel like they really liven up the background and add a touch of shimmer, and since my channel is called Eternal Glow, I definitely wanted a little sparkle in the background. Another thing that I wanted to do was to add some texture into the frame when I was doing videos, and I thought about having a faux fur throw that could go over my chair, and I feel like it really gives a nice warm feel and a warm touch. Since I have this set up in my bedroom, I needed an easy way to set it up and not have it be too overwhelming and annoying every time I wanted to do a video. So I got 2 folding wooden tables that I could place my vanity on, as well as any makeup that I use or any skincare that I use during a video. I also usually have another one set up where I can place my computer on it or anything else that I need, and that really helps to do an easy setup and an easy tear down. As far as lighting goes, I started out with natural light, and a big reason for me doing the videos here in my room is because I have a really big window that I'm facing right now, and I thought that would be great for lighting purposes. The only problem with that is that if there happen to be clouds and it's a sunny day and the sun comes in and out, it can really affect the lighting that I'm dealing with and create shadows, and it just does not look right. I also have a small window to film because in the morning I'm doing homeschool with my son and I only have a limited time to film in the afternoon before it gets dark. So I felt that that was too stressful for me to try and rush and get things done. This way, with the lighting that I have right now, I can film even after dark and it still looks like it's daylight in my room. What I decided on after much research is the newer 18-inch 55-watt light. It has a set white balance at 5500K, and that's basically a setting that resembles most like daylight. It's a dimmable LED light, so it will not get hot when it's in front of you, which is great because when you're doing makeup and stuff, you definitely don't want to be sweating under the lights. It came with a tripod that is pretty nice and sturdy. It came with a carrying bag. It came with an attachment for a DSLR camera or a smartphone. It also came with a remote for Bluetooth self-portraits if that's what you would like to do. It also came with filters that you put on your LED light to help soften the light that's coming towards you, and the colors it comes in are either white or an amber color. So that's my current YouTube video setup. I hope it helped you so that it's less overwhelming when you're trying to figure out what to buy and maybe you have a budget and you want to stick within that budget. Like I said, this isn't the most inexpensive equipment, but it's also not the most expensive, and you'll have great quality audio and sound and video. So I highly recommend all of these products. I hope you enjoyed this video and please subscribe if you did, and I will see you next time.